Hi there. In a world where nothing is certain, that means anything is possible, right? If you want to fulfill your dreams and desires, you are in the right place. You absolutely can have a life of happiness. Everyone deserves an abundance of love, laughter, success, health, and wealth. I'm Tara Chadzakis, and you're listening to the Happy, Inspired, Motivated podcast. The show that brings you meditation, mindset, and motivation. So start by giving yourself permission to be awesome. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Hi there, and welcome to this episode of Happy, Inspired, Motivated. This past year has been a bit of a strange one, to say the very least. It seems to have flown by, but can't really remember things that have been happening because it's all been sort of merging into one. I like to call it the Covid Coma because it seems like the year's vanished and all of a sudden we're in the middle of November, and the last time I remember was actually March when we first went into lockdown here in the UK. It's been quite an unusual year in the fact that obviously things have shut down and people haven't been able to go to the shops, and we've been in the dreaded word lockdown. People have been in quarantine. Sounds like something you do to a rabid dog, but that's the choice of vocabulary that we've had. And I think it makes a huge difference, the fact that we've not had things to book and look forward to, which is a big part of our year. So for example, in January, you make plans for the year ahead for your business or for things that you want to do. You might book holidays for the summer. And then we have Easter, and that's quite a significant marker in the year. And then as you start moving into the summer, you have your holidays, or if you have children, they're at home from school. And you have that period where, within 6 weeks, for example, the children will be going back to school and things will be returning back to normal. And things seem to break down into those sections, and we've got like little pockets of time. And this year, because although we still had Easter as such, it wasn't the same because we couldn't do things and people couldn't go on holiday in the summer. And the children were off school from the end of March till September. So it all seems to have just sort of merged into one, and the year's just gone. And it just shows how important that planning is and how our lives are broken down into sections throughout the year. And if those are taken away from us, we kind of lose track of the time and what we're doing. Now, this year, my business has been actually quite a good year because it's given me a lot of time to reflect on the things that I do and don't want to do anymore. And I've changed my business accordingly. I had lots of time to be able to do extra studies, and I recently graduated the Robbins Madanis training coaching program that I'd been putting off for years because I didn't have the time to do it. I didn't have the time for all the extra training that was involved in doing that course. But this year I've had the time and it's been great, and I've finished that, and it was a great achievement for me and something I was really excited about. And in my business, because I work with my clients online, so it's not an issue if we can't do it face to face, because obviously the face to face clients are only the local ones in my area. But I work with clients from all over different places, and being online is a natural part of coaching. So I can't say that being locked in my home by the government has made a huge difference to my business. But I do know that because I haven't had those other markers, for example, Easter and holidays, that it has just blended into one. And as I say, it just feels as though I've just turned around and it's November already. And where did the year go? It's quite a strange feeling to think that you've lost most of the year. And I'm a big fan of going to festivals and music festivals. And because they were all cancelled, there are also significant markers in my life that distinguish the different parts of the year. I mean, I'm sure there's lots of things that you do that were cancelled this year, and the impact of not doing them is quite significant, and also the impact of planning your year ahead has been disrupted. So now going forward, I mean, for me this year was a personal year 9, which is the end of a cycle, and next year is a year 1 for me. So it's quite a significant change in years. So I'm going into 2021 with lots of new plans. And I think because I haven't had the capability of planning as much this year, I've put more thought and effort into planning for the next year because it's going to be different next year. And although, of course, we don't know what's going to be happening, we're hoping that things are going to get back to relatively normal. And so those plans are being put into place now. And the impact that they're going to have on my business and my life are huge. Of course, this year, because we've had to do a lot of things online, all the plans that I'm making can be transferred onto line. So it's not an issue whether or not we're still housebound as we have been for the past how many months, I can't remember. It's all a blur, Covid Coma, and it's just one period. It feels like one season from March to November, the Covid period. So what plans do you have for your business and your life for 2021? Have you actually even thought about it yet? Do you know where you want to go? A good place to start is thinking about where you are. That's the start of every good plan. Looking at where your business is or where your personal relationships are or your health. Looking at where they are now and being realistic about it. Writing them all down and then looking at what you want to achieve in 2021. What you want to make happen. Do you want to increase your business or your client base? Or do you want to take a step back from that and try something different? Has this year brought you a new vision, and has it made you think about what you really want in life, and is it what you have been working towards? The same goes for your relationships and your health. What is going to be different for you in 2021? What do you want to achieve, and how are you going to get there? So looking at where you are and where you want to be, they're the first basic steps, but then you have to fill in the blanks in the middle. And when I work with my clients, we work through 8 steps. It's an 8-step framework, and we start always with where they are really and honestly, and look at what they want to achieve. And it's not a matter of looking at what they want to achieve and being blinded by the reality that they're in at the moment. It's a matter of what their ambitions and dreams are. So for example, if you're just starting out in your business, your dreams could be to make $1 million in a year, something like that. And you could look at your reality now and say, well, I will be much more reserved about my dreams. And I would say, I want to make 30, 40,000 next year, or 100,000, and have that as a base point. And that's a great goal to work towards. But then you're looking at it from the eyes of the reality that you're in at the moment. So you have to get the end goal that you really, really want to achieve. And then you can start working towards where you're going. I mean, you can work backwards. You can do a business plan backwards, breaking it down into what you need to do to achieve that goal in the end. But along the way, no matter what it is you're aiming towards, the most important part to work at is your happiness. Because even if you have the huge business or all the clients that you want and you're fully booked for clients, or if you're in a truly tremendous relationship and the person that you're with ticks all the boxes, that's great, but is it truly making you happy? And you have to look at that as well. So to get yourself started, I would recommend clearing your head. So cut off all distractions, find somewhere quiet to sit with a pen and paper, relax, maybe play some music, really get in touch with yourself and be totally honest with yourself. So don't pretend that your business or your relationships or your health is better than it is. Lay it on the line, and this is only for you to look at, so it doesn't really matter. You don't have to post it on Facebook and social media. Nobody's going to see what you're writing, and that's another important thing. So when I'm working with my clients, obviously everything they tell me is confidential, because otherwise they don't open up, and that's really important, that they trust me enough to be able to tell me everything that they feel and how they feel about what they're going through, and honestly tell me the things that are happening in their lives. Because if they don't tell me the truth, we can't move forward and get them to the end result. So finding somewhere nice and quiet and relaxing, and just honestly think about everything that you have going on. You can have a page for your business or your career. You can have one for your relationships, one for your health and your well-being. So of course, self-love and self-care is always really important. And you have to look at whether you're neglecting yourself, because working with the law of attraction, as I do, That's another component that you have to take into consideration, because if you're not looking after yourself and you're not respecting yourself, then you're giving off into the universe that that's how you deserve to be treated by other people. So lack of respect for your body or your personal boundaries and your space, your time, all of these things are reflected back to you in how people treat you and how they respect you back. So that's a good place to start as well, looking at how you treat yourself and how that's reflecting in the situations that you find yourself in your current reality. So once you have down everything that you've emptied it out of your head onto paper about the present, the here and the now, then really get creative and really look at your dreams and write down everything that you want, everything you want to achieve. Don't hold it back. Write it all down with passion and feel it and get energized and get excited about it. Because if you have these dreams, they're definitely yours and they're definitely going to appear in your reality if you keep working towards them. We all have dreams and we all have desires, but they're all different. So yours are unique to you, and that's really important to note as well. There's absolutely nothing that you can't achieve if you really, truly want it and truly believe that you can have it. I know personally, when I didn't put my 100% trust in the universe and what I believed that I wanted, I didn't get it. I said that I wanted something, but it didn't happen because I wasn't truly committed to having it happen. And once I shifted that and trusted, first of all, in myself that I could achieve it, also trusted in that the universe truly loved me and would give me and take care of me, then things started happening. Then it started like a snowball effect, and it started coming thick and fast, and it was just the most amazing experience. And I got more excited, and the more excited I got, the more that my dreams and desires came to me, because you have a different energy when you're excited. If you're worried and you're scared and you're thinking it's not going to happen, is it really possible? Then you're doubting yourself, and that doubt comes across as well, because you're not as confident, and people can feel that, and the energy in the universe can feel that. And you're also giving out the fact that in the doubt it could be misconstrued as, is it a doubt about what you really want, or is it a doubt about your abilities? And if it's about your abilities, for example, how are you going to conquer that doubt? How are you going to get past it? What do you need to do to truly believe that you're worthy of achieving or attracting what you want into your life? How are you going to prove to yourself that you are capable of doing what it is that you want to do? So you're going to start by writing down everything that's happening right here, right now in 2020, in November, and then you're going to write down what you want to achieve going forward, starting in 2021, and then looking at the gap that's there and identifying how you can achieve, how you can do things to close that gap. And it could be a matter of starting with truly loving yourself and appreciating yourself and respecting yourself, and allowing the universe to give you the love and respect back. It's all about manifesting the future that you really want. And tomorrow's reality is actually based on today's beliefs, thoughts, and actions, and feelings as well. Because you've got to this point right here, right now, because of how you felt in the past and the things that you did and the beliefs that you had. Each step that you've taken has got you to where you are today. So if you start changing the steps that you take, the actions that you take, the thoughts you have, the beliefs you have, then the future is going to be different. If you keep on with the same ones, then your future is going to be exactly the same as it is right now. And if you're not happy with what you have, then you need to be able to change that. I have a free daily life journal and a free manifesting journal as well on my website, which are great tools that you can just go on over there and download and use them just to get you started being aware of what it is you want and how you want to achieve it. If you want access to those, just go over to my site, tarachatzakis.com. You can find them on there and they're free for you to use. You can grab yourself a copy. It might be just something that helps you get yourself started and gets you moving forward. I attended a virtual Unleash the Power Within event this year with Tony Robbins, and one of the biggest things that stuck in my mind from the whole 3-day event was Tony said that life is happening for me and not to me. And that was a great shift for me as well, because when you're thinking that everything happens and it's happening to you from an external environment, you feel powerless, you feel like a victim, like you can't do anything to change it, but that is totally not true. You can change anything in your life. Everything that's happening in your life is happening for you, so it's happening for a good reason. If, for example, something's happening in your business and things are slowing down, it could be a time to change things in your business, or even change the business that you do. COVID closing restaurants and things like that down, people had to look at things differently. You could either close your doors and say, oh my goodness, COVID has ruined my business, or you could think that it's happening for you and not to you, and change the way you work. Do takeaways, do deliveries, provide pre-packed food that people can heat at home from your local delicatessens, something. It can be all sorts of different options that could be a better fit for your business and your life. So if you want those, the daily journal or the manifesting journal, just pop onto my site and you can grab those for free. As I said, it's a great tool for you to get started. And I do like to send them to my clients before we get started as well, because it's a good thing to get their juices flowing before we actually start coaching together, and get things clear in their head about what they want to achieve while they're working with me. So I think now is a good time for you to have a really good think about what's happening and what needs to change and what is going to change in 2021. Don't leave it to the last minute, 30th of December, and then suddenly start writing a New Year's resolution list or a new goal plan for 2021. You have plenty of time to start now. Nobody said you have to wait until December. You can have it now. You can start actioning it now. Start changing your thoughts, your beliefs. Start putting the plan in place so that when 2021 does come, I know it's just a different day on the calendar, but it is quite psychologically important to people, then you can run into that year and you can start taking it. If you need me, I'm always here to help. You can find me on my website, tarachadzakis.com, and I'd love to hear what goals and ambitions you have that you're going to make come true in 2021. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you're motivated and inspired to go out and do something positive to make the amazing changes in your life that are going to not just impact you, but impact everyone around you. If you haven't yet, don't forget to subscribe to the show so you don't miss an episode, which could be the one exactly that you need to hear at the right time. I'd also love it if you could rate and review my show. Helps with my ratings, and it means that I can help so many more people and reach them much more easily. Wishing you lots of love and a day filled with love and happiness. Thank you for listening to the Happy, Inspired, Motivated podcast. I'll be back next week bringing more meditation, mindset, and motivation for your happy and successful life. To find out more about our community, go to tarachadzakis.com/happy, inspired, motivated.